This is our league. This was built, like, I feel like as a women's basketball historian myself, I've been watching since I was 5. I was here before the league started, as a lot of the fans on social media feel the same. Caitlyn, unfortunately for her, this is a group that is attached to her, not her asking this group to follow. It seems that they found a home in this fan base, thinking that that's where it was. Come on now, that's not acceptable. I mean, honestly, imagine if one of the stands said the things that they were saying. What if they said it to your daughter, your wife, your cousin, your sister? That ain't a representation of us. Y'all not like us. They not like us, okay? So please don't confuse me saying motivated by hate by meaning hating on a team the way a normal, die-hard fan would.
Remember when you were a kid and your mom told you not to talk to strangers? Well, Caitlin Clark's fans just got told not to talk to the entire WNBA. Renee Montgomery, co-owner of the Atlanta Dream, just dropped a bomb on Clark's fan base. She's calling them unacceptable and sinister. But is this fair? Let's break down this wild ride. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Caitlin Clark burst onto the WNBA scene like a firework. She's breaking records left and right, and fans are going crazy for her. But you know what's even crazier? The drama that's unfolding off the court. Renee Montgomery just called out Clark's fans, saying they're doing some pretty messed up stuff to other players, especially Angel Reese. Imagine this. You're Caitlin Clark, living your best life, crushing it on the court. Then suddenly, your fans become the headline instead of your game. How do you even handle that? The WNBA community is in shock. Clark's supporters are fuming, her critics are nodding, and everyone else is just confused. It's like the whole league just got dunked into a bucket of drama. Now picture this. You're scrolling through social media, and suddenly it's like World War III broke out over basketball. Clark's fans didn't just get mad, they got even. And boy, did things get ugly. Montgomery's comments hit Clark's fan base like a sledgehammer. She called them out for being unacceptable and sinister. Can you believe it? It's like she just threw gasoline on an already blazing fire. Clark's supporters went into full defense mode and the internet exploded. But here's the kicker. Some fans actually crossed the line. We're talking about online abuse and seriously inappropriate behavior towards other players, especially Angel Reese. It's like they forgot this is basketball, not a battlefield. You know what's wild? While some fans were acting crazy, others were desperately trying to save face. They're like, hey, don't lump us all together. One fan even tweeted, please refrain from stupid blaming when no one really knows from where it came. It's like they're playing hot potato with the blame. But let's be real for a second. This isn't just about Clark's fans. It's about the whole WNBA fan culture. We're seeing the dark side of sports fandom up close and personal. It's that thin line between being passionate and being toxic. And some folks are doing a high-wire act without a safety net. Here's where it gets scary. Some players are feeling the heat off the court. A Chicago Sky player got followed and questioned aggressively by a fan. That's not fandom, that's straight-up harassment. It's making everyone in the league ask, is this what we signed up for? Now, imagine being Caitlin Clark in the middle of all this. You're just trying to play ball, and suddenly you're caught in a tornado of drama. It's like she showed up for a basketball game and ended up in a soap opera. The craziest part? Clark's now in a position where she has to address not just her game, but her fans' behavior too. It's like she's playing defense against her own team. Talk about a plot twist. This whole mess is making everyone in the WNBA community take a hard look at themselves. It's not just about cheering for your favorite player anymore. It's about respect, sportsmanship, and remembering that at the end of the day, it's just a game. While the WNBA grapples with fan behavior, one player finds herself at the eye of the storm. Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise was supposed to be about buckets and assists. Instead, she's facing an unexpected opponent, the actions of her own supporters. Can Clark turn this potential PR nightmare into a leadership moment? Imagine being Caitlin Clark right now. You're killing it on the court, breaking records left and right, but off the court, it's like you're playing defense against your own fans. How do you even handle that? Clark's not just dealing with double teams and zone defenses anymore. She's got a whole new game plan to figure out. While everyone's losing their minds over this fan drama, Clark's trying to keep her head in the game. It's like she showed up for a basketball match and got thrown into a reality TV show instead. But here's where it gets interesting. Clark's not running from this mess. Nope, she's she's facing it head on. She's all about keeping things positive and respectful. In her own words, "I think everybody in our world deserves the same amount of respect." That's Clark trying to be the grown-up in the room when everyone else is acting like kindergartners fighting over the last cookie. You know what's wild? Clark's having to navigate this whole situation without a playbook. There's no coach's guide for what to do when your fans go crazy. She's got to figure out how to keep her fans happy without ticking off the rest of the league. It's like trying to shoot a three-pointer while riding a unicycle. Not impossible, but definitely not easy. This whole mess is putting Clark's leadership skills to the test. On the court, she's a natural leader, but now she's got to lead off the court too. It's like she's playing two games at once. She's got to keep her performance up while also trying to calm down a fan base that's acting like they've had too much caffeine. But here's the kicker. Clark's handling this like a pro. While everyone else is losing their cool, she's staying focused on what mattered, the game. She's not getting caught up in the drama or pointing fingers. Instead, she's using this as a chance to show what she's made of. You know what's really impressive? Clark's turning this whole mess into a positive. She's not just brushing it off or pretending it's not happening. She's using it as a chance to talk about respect and sportsmanship. It's like she's taking all this negative energy and turning it into something good. That's not just good basketball. That's good leadership. This situation is showing us a side of Clark we might not have seen otherwise. Sure, we knew she could sink threes and dish out assists, but now we're seeing she can handle pressure off the court just as well as on it. It's like she's leveling up right before our eyes. You think this is just about Caitlin Clark and some rowdy fans? Think again. This whole mess is opening up a can of worms that the WNBA might not be ready for. We're talking about race, privilege, and the growing pains of a league that's suddenly in the spotlight. Let's break it down. Clark's a white woman in a league that's over 60% black. That's not just a fun fact. It's the backdrop for this whole drama. When Montgomery called out Clark's fans, she wasn't just talking about basketball. She was shining a light on some serious racial dynamics in the sport. Imagine being a player in the WNBA right now. You're trying to focus on your game, but you've got this cloud of controversy hanging over your head. It's like trying to shoot hoops in a thunderstorm. Some players are feeling the heat off the court, and it's not just about trash talk anymore. We're talking real harassment here. But here's the thing. This isn't just about the players. It's about the whole WNBA fan culture. The league's gaining more attention, and with that comes growing pains. It's like the WNBA just hit puberty, and now it's dealing with all these new complicated feelings. Social media's throwing fuel on this fire. It's amplifying both the love and the hate. One minute fans are cheering their hearts out for their favorite players. The next, they're crossing lines and causing real harm. It's like Jekyll and Hyde, but with hashtags. This isn't just a WNBA problem though. Other sports leagues have been through similar growing pains. Remember when the NBA had to deal with the malice at the palace? That changed how they handled fan interactions forever. The WNBA might be facing its own defining moment here. So what's next for the WNBA? This controversy could be a turning point. It's forcing the league to take a hard look at itself and ask some tough questions. How do they handle fan behavior? What about social media policies? And most importantly, how do they make sure all players feel respected and safe? But here's the silver lining. This mess could actually make the WNBA stronger. It's an opportunity to address these issues head on and come out better on the other side. Imagine a WNBA where fans are passionate but respectful, where players feel supported both on and off the court. That's the goal here. This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about creating a positive fan culture that supports all players, regardless of race or background. It's about setting an example for other sports leagues and showing that you can have intense rivalries without crossing lines. The WNBA's at a crossroad. They can either let this controversy tear them apart, or they can use it as a chance to come together and grow. It's like they're in the fourth quarter, down by a few points. This is their chance to rally and show what they're made of. All right, let's wrap this up. This Caitlin Clark drama, it's not just about one player or some rowdy fan. It's shaking up the whole WNBA. We've got race issues, fan behavior problems, and a league that's growing faster than it can handle. It's like the WNBA hit the big time, and now it's dealing with all the headaches that come with it. But here's the thing. This could be a turning point. The WNBA's got a chance to set things straight, to show how a league should handle these issues. It's not just about basketball anymore. It's about respect, fairness, and creating a positive fan culture. So, what do you think? How can we support our favorite players without dissing others? How do we keep the passion without crossing lines? The ball's in our court now. Let's make it count.